Welcome to an all-new Beyond the Barricade. I am your host, Papa Dank. It is 8:04 Eastern Standard Time, and your 23-6 YouTube Heavyweight Champion is here. Now, let me put this down because it's a little heavy. I'm 51 years old now, but we'll put that down for a moment. I'd like to say a quick shout-out before we bring on my very special guest. I am an official ambassador for W Energy Drinks, so make sure you use the code Papa Dank at checkout to save 10% on your W Energy order. No jitters, jitterless energy blend. So you definitely want to try that out and support W Energy and use the code Papa Dank. You'll save 10%. So anyway, without further ado, let me bring on my very special guest, the one and only Jason Hendrix. How you doing, bud?
Papa Dank, how we doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. I'm still the champion over here for YouTube, 23-6 rules, and life's pretty good. How's you doing yourself?
Not too bad, not too bad. Just got back from practice, just kind of resting up a little bit. Got one more tomorrow, and then we're off to Louisville on Thursday, so we got a week.
Ooh, you got a show in Louisville.
Yeah.
What company you working out?
OVW, Ohio Valley Wrestling.
That's big.
Yeah, it's exciting. I'd say this is kind of the first place that I will be at that I was aware of as a kid, if that makes sense. So it's pretty cool. And then on Sunday, as you know, we'll be in Jersey, so we're getting around.
Awesome. Let's start off with some upcoming events you got going on. Sunday, August 13th, this Sunday, IWA, Intense Wrestling Alliance. You are teaming up with the one and only Justin Bon Jovi against Fly Guy Noriega and Face. Face is not a friendly guy.
No, Face isn't. And, this one it's questionable. Me and Justin were the tag team champions, right? We were holding these belts. We were riding high. I get a little injury elsewhere. You know what happens. Slight tear in the rotator cuff. And I say to Justin, hey, man, I can't make this defense. Just hold it for one without me.
Right.
Lo and behold, the belts are now gone. Justin lost the belts. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I'm a singles competitor now. IWA puts me in a singles match, and now here I am teaming up with Justin Bon Jovi to face and Fly Nye. And genuinely curious as to this one because, frankly, Justin, if you're listening, I want nothing to do with you at this point, not whatsoever. So I'm not really sure what we're doing here, but you know what? I'll put the team on my back like I always did, and we'll win this match. So we'll be fine.
Awesome. I hope you guys can get along because, you got some tough competition right
there. Hey, it's not for a title, so maybe Justin can hold his own.
Maybe he can. What is going on with my thing? There we go. So IWA, if you are in the area of Elizabeth, New Jersey, make sure you go to IWA Intense Wrestling Alliance to get your tickets. And it's at El Nacho's Tequila Cantina. Is it at the actual cantina?
Yes, it is. Tequila will be flying around the building, Papa Dank. It will be flown like water, and the poster boy's here for it.
I love some tequila, let me tell you.
As do I.
All right, coming up as well, you got Rock for Life Rock and Rumble, September 23rd in PA.
Absolutely.
JB's Roadside Bar and Grill. Is it actually at the grill too?
As far as I know, yes. So basically, typically we're in the Worthington Civic Center with 2PW. I forget what it was. Something broke down with it. So we moved the event. And now we're in the bar. And this one's kind of going to be a little bit of a house show kind of vibe for us, if that makes sense. It's going to be a ton of fun. We got live music at 3, pro wrestling at 4, music, wrestling, bang, bang, boom, snip, snap. We are back and forth. It is going to be some kick-ass stuff. And I don't know who I'm wrestling yet, but somebody's getting the hands.
It really is a rock and rumble, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it is. We got 3 local rock bands, I believe, playing for us, and I'm a rock guy myself. That's my stuff, so I'm super pumped about that. And best believe when I am done wrestling, I will be out there enjoying some music, maybe an adult beverage or 3.
Count me in, brother. I want to. Alex from SWA, who was the GM at that promotion. This guy looks like if Kenny Omega and Peter Avalon had a love chop, but he loves it.
Peter Avalon, that's not one I've gotten before. You know, it's with the hair. I have been compared to every single blonde wrestler in the history of blonde wrestlers, man. So any given crowd, I hear about 5 names from. But you just roll with the punches. You know what I mean? There's something about me that makes the fans want to chant the most ridiculous things on the planet. And you know what, brother? I'm here for it. Keep them coming. I got a gonorrhea chant in Alabama. How that came to be, I have no idea, man.
I have never heard of any place being chanted gonorrhea.
In the span of 3 weeks, I got gonorrhea, I got Tiger King, and there was one more ridiculous one, and I can't remember what it is. And as I said, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the mustache, maybe it's the good looks, but they keep it coming, jealous. And you know what? It gets me you know what? I'd like to believe they are. I'd like to believe they are. That's what puts me to sleep at night. So,
all right, let's start off. How did you fall in love with this wonderful world of professional wrestling?
Wrestling for me was the pipe bomb. Is how it started. I had watched it casually before that when I was younger. And we did the classic wrestling with your friends in the basement and 1 or 2 kids gets hurt. But I really got hooked by CM Punk and the Pipe Bomb. I found it on YouTube, and then I just started binging from there when I was like, 11 or 12. And I loved it, started watching it. And I remember I went to my first live event in Wildwood, New Jersey on the boardwalk. In the Wildwood Event Center, I think it's called, something like that. And I was sitting there, as I said, I'm probably about 11, 12-ish, and I'm watching the heavyweight title match between Alberto Del Rio and Dolph Ziggler, and for whatever reason, just this was the main event, last thing of the night. I had a blast all night. I was sitting there, and I said to myself, I am going to do this one day. No matter what it takes, this is it. This resonates with me. This is the one.
Yep.
And I kind of spent the rest of my life just mentally preparing for it. And we've been in the game. I started training 14 months ago, and I have 42 matches under my belt now. And, you know, we're just not looking back, having a blast, just enjoying the ride. This is everything you could ever want, you know?
That's awesome, man. Good stuff, man. Alex says you have gorgeous eyes.
Oh, thank you. I try.
Is he complimenting you or trying to romance you? I'm trying to figure that out.
We take it all as a compliment. A lot of people talk about the poster boy. They're all compliments. If they're talking, it's a compliment.
All right, that's good stuff, man. Nobody compliments me on my eyes, so that you're doing something good. All right, let's go into where did you go train to be a professional wrestler? Who were your trainers, and what were your thoughts during that initial training?
So, I was trained very, very briefly in New Jersey for like a cup of coffee. My trainers are out here in the Pittsburgh area. Brandon K, Dean Radford, and the Rev Ron Hunt at Rise Wrestling in the Stronghold Training Center. These guys are awesome. They're producing absolute studs. It's a little bit of a newer school, but we've already got Lady Frost, Lee Moriarty, Thea Hale, Megan Myers, and there's a ton of more people on the come up right now. Myself, Cowpoke Paul, Tad Jarvis, the Great Alexander. We really are just moving at 100 miles an hour. And this, if you are in the Pittsburgh area and you are listening to me right now, Stronghold Training Center, I promise you, will never do wrong.
Thea Hall trained with you guys over there, huh?
She was quite literally right before I got there, actually. Really? But yes, Thea Hale is a Rise original. She was trained by Brandon K, and now she's killing it at NXT. And she got freaking screwed in that title match when they threw the stupid red towel in. You know, matches shouldn't end like that. They shouldn't end like that. They shouldn't. She did not.
Should be a decisive finish. Absolutely.
I
100% agree. All right. Let's go into here we go. Let's go into your first match. Who was it against, and what were your thoughts during that first match?
Okay, so I had a first scheduled match from when I had showed up at Rise, right? That like popped up in Jersey. So my first scheduled match was in a promotion called IWF for the tag titles against Kevin Knight and Tony Atlas. And I was wrestling with Benjamin T. Asher. That was supposed to be my first match.
Right.
But I ended up showing up at Rise. They kind of liked what I had. And they said, hey, we're going to throw you on a pre-show. And I ended up in a match where there was a snake involved. Thankfully, I was choke slammed and I was powdered all the way out before that snake did anything. So no snakes for the poster boy, thankfully. But I guess, yeah, someone got a snake put on him. I was knocked out cold, so I didn't see it. But, yep, a little bit of snakery in the first match. And we kind of just picked up and kept it bumping as much as we could ever since. And trying to do as many shows as possible, you know?
Okay, awesome. Let's go into a wrestler you want to wrestle against but haven't wrestled yet.
Okay, so are we talking like dream match or like a realistic, like for this year kind of guy?
Do both.
Okay, my dream match is CM Punk, easily. That is my idol. Beartooth is an awesome band. Thank you very much.
What's up, Johnny Blitz?
Yeah, CM Punk's my idol. CM Punk's the guy that got me into wrestling. So CM Punk is 1,000 freaking % the guy that I would want to work. And right now, I would say it would be really cool. There's a lot of guys that I'd like to wrestle.
There's a lot. So name a couple. You have to stick with one.
Shout out.
It's my show. We can do what we want.
Someone in Jersey I'd like to wrestle actually is Jacko. If you're
Jacko. I know Jacko. That's my other co-host.
Yeah, Jacko is a
showman.
Big personality, and I am a big personality, and I think you put those two together, and you make magic. Similarly, out in the Pittsburgh area, I'd like to wrestle the Rev Ron Hunt, former Ring of Honor Shane Taylor promotion guy. And wink, wink, that might possibly happen soon. So I didn't say that.
All right.
Those are a couple guys off the top of my head. I'm sure there are many more people that I'm just sitting here neglecting, and I'm going to be kicking myself.
I think we talked about maybe one before, so a certain social media champion.
Oh, yes, I would love to wrestle Jack Tomlinson. Absolutely. He is someone that I was aware of before my training because of his social media presence. And starting in 1 week, I will be in my master's program for marketing. I can appreciate some good social media. And not only does Jack have that, but he's incredibly talented in the ring, very charismatic, and he's young.
Let's show him real quick. That's my buddy right there, Jack Tomlinson. There he is with the social media championship.
Hey, Jack, I'll come for that belt anytime you want, man.
All right.
Anytime. Two young guys tearing it up. I think that'd be a lot of fun too.
I'm gonna put it in his ear this Saturday when I see him. All right, let's go into best fan interaction you've had.
Best fan interaction? Oh my Lord. It is the bread and butter for me. That is what I go out there and do. So it's kind of like so many things happen. I'd say one fun one that I had, I was facing Diego El Trabajador. I believe I pronounced that right.
El Trabajador.
Yes. And I took off his protective vest and choked him with it. There was a section of the crowd that had been giving me a whole lot of hubbub all night. They were the ones starting the Tiger King chants and so on and so forth.
Tiger King chants.
Dude, I'm telling you, people, there's something about me.
They love chanting different things, weird things. Gonorrhea, Tiger King.
Get creative, people. Let me throw your best at me. I will counter it with better.
That's creative, man.
I took off his vest and I just whipped it at him. It was just such a heat of the moment. I just boom, and they started going and they threw it back like Cena at One Night Stand.
I don't know why my green screen is cutting half of me off. I'm trying to figure that out, man.
There, man.
All right. Best fan interaction. That was a good one. Have you ever been involved in a rib? Has anybody ever ribbed you?
Yep. There was one night I was out with a couple wrestlers in the area, and you know what? For this story, we're gonna leave them unnamed.
Gotcha.
And I had a quick snooze, as you do, and woke up with half an eyebrow, and I I had promo pics. I was like super duper green, and I didn't even have promo pics yet, dude, or at least ones that were taken professionally. So I took my promo pictures, the original ones, like not the one that you used or anything like that, but like with half an eyebrow drawn.
Did you turn your face? Oh, you drew it on.
Oh yeah, dude, we had to do something. I was on shows. I couldn't go out there and be kind of like, I wouldn't call myself like a complete pretty boy, but there's aspects to it, and pretty boys have probably 2 complete eyebrows most of the time. So we had to make it work, but thankfully, she's grown back. My facials tend to grow back pretty quickly.
How long did it take me to grow back?
Only like a month, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah, like I'm telling you, it comes in really, really quick for me. This mustache came in like nothing. But thankfully, because that was like I got to the point I'd go out. I was still in college when it happened. I only just graduated. And I would be going out to like the bar to see my friends, and I'd be like, well, it's not a show, so I don't really feel like going through the effort of drawing the eyebrow back in. So we're just gonna go out with it.
Oh my God.
I guess that shows where my priorities are at, if nothing else. But
I'd be so pissed if they shoot him.
I just woke up, and at that point, it was like 7 a.m. We had been up all night. I look in the mirror, and I'm like,
what the fuck?
Like, screw this. But
oh man, that's great.
That was a good buddy of mine that he got me.
Oh, okay, you know the perp.
Oh, I know the perp. The perp will get one back eventually.
Get back's a bitch, you know what they say.
And it is.
All right, let's go into what does Jason like to do on his time off from wrestling? What are your hobbies? What do you like to eat?
What do I like to eat? Fried chicken. That's no hezzy, man. Any kind of chicken, but if you fry it, man, that's all day. I like chicken. I like anything with cheese.
What's the best fried chicken you've had?
Oh, okay. There is a place in Morgantown, West Virginia called Dirty Bird. Mm-hmm. No one listening to this is going to know what Dirty Bird is, but you should, because it's incredible. It's so weird. It's only open like 2 hours, 3 hours out of the day on like random days. You got to catch the bird at the right time. And I remember I was sitting there the first time I had it. I lived across the street on High Street, which is like the main street in Morgantown. And I was sitting there with my girlfriend, and I was like, hey, let's just go to IHOP. And I look out the window, and I see Dirty Bird's open. And I'm like, yo, screw IHOP. We're going down there. And oh, my Lord, melts in your mouth. Incredible fried chicken. Incredible.
How can they stay open just a couple hours a day?
I have no idea how their business structure works whatsoever.
That is crazy. And that's only down
on their craft and their craft only.
And that's only in West Virginia?
As far as I know, yeah. I don't believe it's a chain, but I'm not cultured, so I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Okay. But I haven't seen any others around the country. So
right. I'm gonna have to check that out, man. Now you got me curious.
It's definitely worth a look. But if we're talking chains, gotta go Popeyes. You gotta go or
Popeyes is good.
Chick-fil-A, but that's in its own category to me.
I'm not a big Chick-fil-A fan.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. My son's like, "Oh, you gotta go to Chick-fil-A," and I go, I'm like, "This is nothing great for me." I don't know. Maybe I got to give it a second chance.
They got some good sauces. I'll say that.
Yeah, I have tried the sauces because I bought the sauce for him from the Walmart, and I tasted it because I had it with fries. I'm like, it's just good, pretty good.
Oh, it's great.
Dave's hot chicken was my favorite, Johnny's favorite, and he thinks my green screen has gonorrhea.
Get a chant going for you, huh?
Yeah. All right. What about hobbies? You got any hobbies?
Yeah, I am a huge football guy. Like balls to the wall, like too much fantasy football. Football and metal. Those are my two things. I'm a simple man. I like food, football, metal,
metal.
and wrestling.
Johnny's one of my friends. He loves heavy metal, man. Loves heavy
I'm
metal.
at concerts all the time, man. I've seen Beartooth right here 3 times. I have their lyrics tattooed on my ribs. They are my band.
Well, I know he's gonna kill me for this, but he has Ramstein tattooed on his arm.
He's got Rammstein? Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, he's a big fan.
I love that.
I'm like, who's that? Well, they're a German band. I'm like, he's like, I'm German. I'm like, oh, no, you were born here. You're not German. Your ancestry is German, but you were born here. You're American.
I've been to Germany 2 times. Cool country.
Oh, really?
Yeah, once on an exchange trip in high school for 2 weeks, and then once last summer on my little Europe tour. Not an actual tour, just me and my friends. I actually started training the second I landed in America, so it was kind of my last hurrah of real life before wrestling.
I heard the party scene out there is great.
It's cool. yeah, it's definitely cool, man. I'll say this. So we went to London, Amsterdam, Barcelona, Portugal, and Munich. My 2 favorites had to be Barcelona and Lisbon, Portugal. The food was great. The women were beautiful.
Oh, Portuguese food is awesome. Because I have friends who are Portuguese, and whenever I eat with them, I'm like, dude, this shit is good stuff.
It's also incredibly cheap for everything there is cheap. So you can go out and just have a great dinner, get a couple drinks, eat some great food, and you're not going to be spending too much money. It's really nice. We actually were there in the middle of some Portugal fest. They have some month where they celebrate the country. We had no idea.
Right.
And we get there and it's starting the day that we're there, and our Airbnb is right in the thick of things. So the tequila stand guys got to know us pretty well.
Now, you've been to Jersey. In June, I believe, is the Portuguese festival out there.
I didn't know we had one of those.
There's a Portuguese festival out in June. I remember when I was younger, my cousin, not my cousin, my friend who was Portuguese, he brought me out there. And it's like a block party. Everywhere it's packed. There's stands of different Portuguese food. You get, the bread. Oh, the bread is the best. Oh,
is that
love the bread.
Where's that take
place?
I
believe it was in Newark.
Okay.
My dad was over there.
I'm not far from. I'm from Ridgewood initially, if you know where that is.
I don't.
Bergen County. Bergen County.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
You gotta check it out next June. I want to go back because I'm like, dude, I haven't been back since I can't even remember how long ago. But I want to definitely go back to the festival, man. I had a great time.
Sounds great.
Oh, it was great. Great food, man. Like you said, the food is fantastic. All right, let's go back into wrestling.
Sure.
Because food is awesome. We could talk about it all night, probably.
Oh, you could get me going, man.
Let's go into rest of the goals for yourself for the rest of the year.
Okay, so maybe it's unrealistic. Actually, no. I think I should probably hit 100 matches this year. And this is my rookie year, so that would mean a lot to me. We're at 42 right now, so we're going to have to push. But I have a very busy schedule, so I'm hoping for it.
Busy's good.
Wrestle a bunch of matches. If I can get another title reign, that would be pretty cool, no matter where it would be. And overall, my goal is to set myself up for a breakout year next year. I'm already starting to pick up what I feel to be a little bit of traction. This is great. And it's just all about getting better every single time that you're out there. That's what I care about. Going and being a better wrestler, a better human than I was the day before. And I feel that if you apply yourself as hard as you can, there's no reason that's not attainable. So that is a super duper duper lame answer. But
but it's your answer.
I just want to keep getting better. And I foresee some very big things happening next year.
Okay. If you don't feel like you need to get better, how are you going to be better? You know what I'm saying? Because everybody can always be better at something.
With this, I have been told that you should never feel like you are no longer learning. You should be 20, 25 years into the game and still picking up little things here and there or having the occasional breakthrough. And those are the moments I value so much, where I can go, wow, I just figured out something, or everything just kind of came together. And I kind of feel like for me, the last couple months have very much been that, where I feel like everything's starting to finally come together.
Right.
learning a lot of stuff on the fly. You know, I started working matches very early into my training, arguably too early, but here we are. And now I feel like that's kind of given me this confidence very early on in my career that, you know, I can go out there and I feel I just know what I'm doing. And
I can see the confidence, man. It's
thank
good.
you.
Good stuff.
Thank you. You know, trying my best. So just knowing how to get a crowd invested in you. That's what matters. And
that is what matters.
You know, that's something I take pride in.
Awesome. Thoughts on going overseas to wrestle? Anywhere 100%. In particular?
100%. If I could pick a country, Japan.
That's always the number one choice for everybody, Japan.
For sure. And honestly, not just because the wrestling scene over there is so cool. I'm just genuinely so intrigued by that culture. Like, it's so vastly different.
You're not the only one. Me too, man.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go to Japan too.
Be sweet. The food over there. I'd want to try a live octopus, not because I want to eat it, but because I want to knock it off the bucket list. So got to give that a shot if I go over there.
Gotcha.
And hopefully wrestle some badass matches. You know, we got a guy from my school, that AJ Alexander, who recently got signed on to go to a promotion there for a year. I don't remember what it is. It's Tajiri's, though. Oh, and wow. I am looking forward to hearing about his experience when he gets back.
That's awesome, man. Good stuff, man. What about Mexico?
For sure. I am actually trying to line a couple things up to go train there for hopefully a month next year if I can. You know, you want to model the people that have made it. Right. Lee Moriarty made it for my school, right? He's on the big screen. He's doing his thing. Right. He did that. He went to Mexico for a month. He learned. He got a different point of view, and that's what you need to do in wrestling. You need to go out. You can't just be a carbon copy of who trained you. You need to go get very valuable experiences in as many places as you can, which is why even I go up to New Hampshire. I train with someone named Mike Hollow. He's very, very good. If you haven't heard of him, he was trained by Killer Kowalski, and he has trained a laundry list of guys that are on TV. D-Jack, Tommaso Ciampa, Kofi Kingston, I think Damian Sandow. Like, there's like an insane laundry list. So, Coach Mike, if you are listening to this, I appreciate the work you've done with me, and I am also very excited to see you at WFA New Hampshire in November.
Okay, awesome, man. You got a lot of good stuff going on, man.
Yeah. You know, you got to make those states.
You got any promotions you want to work for that you haven't worked for yet?
I would say a goal for sure would be NWA. I am very into old school kind of stuff, and NWA is very old school. I love the presentation. I love the guys that they have there. If right now I could pick a promotion that isn't like obviously like WWE, AEW, whatever, right? I would say NWA would be that promotion for me.
Okay. What about some local promotions?
Local. Okay. So local, are we just talking local anywhere in the country or specifically?
Yeah, anywhere in the country.
Okay. I think it would be
shout them out.
Cool to get a shot. What am I aiming for right now? It's been such a whirlwind. Really, honestly, if I could get some local opportunities, nowhere specific, but over in Cali, I would love to wrestle in California. So if I could get a shot somewhere over there, I would say California. But if we're talking the New York City area, I'd have my eyes on Invictus. You know, I want to branch out a little bit around more where I'm from, and Invictus would be cool. Create a Pro also, I know, is some very good stuff going on. I've seen it. That would be another cool one to turn up in, and, you know, really kind of sinking my talents into the area in which I grew up in would be cool. So Invictus, Create a Pro, really love to get into New York.
Awesome. Good stuff. We have Remarkable too. Don't forget Remarkable Wrestling out here.
Oh, I've seen it.
You see, they got some great shows, man.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff. And of course, my promotion, VPW from Long Island.
Yeah, and hey, you were using people that I have absolutely seen before. So hey, I'll put VPW on that list as well.
Let's go, man. Let me bring it up because I'm going to be there this Saturday for the Gold Rush Rumble. We got a lot of competitors in this, including Jack Tomlinson, the social media champion, we discussed earlier. Leo Sparrow, we discussed earlier. Dante Drago. I don't know if you heard of Dante.
I actually have heard of Dante Drago.
He's hot up and comer, just like Jack is and Leo. The one and only Bobby Orlando with Bobby Jr. Have you heard of Bobby?
That name does ring a bell. See, with independent wrestling, and I'm sure you know this as well, every name rings at least a little bit of a bell because of Facebook.
That's right, Alex. SWA as well. I haven't forgotten about you guys.
It absolutely does. Hey,
Thanks for the
SWA. Absolutely.
They run out of the Sportorium over here in Deer Park, New York.
I have actually seen VPW advertisements before, 1,000%.
Really? Yeah, they're doing a show in Connecticut at the end of the month, too.
Awesome. I got some family up there.
There you go. All right. Geez, man, we covered a lot of ground tonight, I think.
Yeah, we got my whole love of fried chicken covered. I've never talked about that on a podcast before, but you know what? I'm here for it. You're really hitting on the right stuff for me.
That's what I like to do. I like to get to know everyone and know what they like to eat and what they like to do for fun. You know, I like to collect figs, and Funkos, so I'm collecting all the time.
I have a big box somewhere from when I was younger of figures, and I won't even touch on a specific figure because I have a lot of cool ones. I think my pride and joy of that era for me was my TNA 6-sided ring.
Oh, okay. Are they all loose or on the card?
They're mostly loose. I think I have like a Christopher Daniels in a box somewhere though, for some reason.
Okay. All right. I have everything's in a box. Nothing comes out of a box.
Yeah. I was a kid, man. I was playing with them. I had like 4 Daniel Bryans.
Oh, when I was a kid, forget it. I had all this. I was a big Star Wars guy, so I had all the original Star Wars stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and of course they threw them all out. My parents.
Oh man.
Show off the Eddie Ultimate. Yeah, I have an Eddie Guerrero Ultimate.
Oh really?
Which is a Walmart exclusive and wasn't easy to get, but it's one of the top new collectibles I have. Plus my Andre the Giant Ultimate. Yeah, I'm big on the Ultimate WWE line. It's like in a white box.
Okay.
And it's like the deluxe figures. They're like $30-some each, but they're very high quality figs.
When I was young, what got me into it when I was younger, because as I said, I don't really collect them anymore, but I used to. I watched Grimm's Toy Show quite a bit.
Oh, Grimm.
Yeah, so that kind of got me going on that. I understand he lost like a ton of weight recently.
Yeah, he did. He got really, really thin.
Good for him, man.
Johnny Blitz had Street Sharks and Toxic Crusaders as a kid. Sorry, Alex, I can't show you my Eddie. It's in the other room. I can show you my signed Iron Sheik, signed by the actor who played him on Young Rock.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's sweet.
I got him for $40 at Wrestling Universe.
Not bad, not bad.
Yeah, awesome. All right, let's go into... Man, there's so much stuff that we can talk about. Let's talk about favorite arena you've wrestled out of and why.
Favorite arena. Okay, so I would say the Rocket City Arena in Hazel Green, Alabama would probably be the coolest one that I've been in so far. They just have a really sweet set. You know, that's like if a promotion has a very good set, I like it. That's going to definitely tickle my fancy. So they have a great set with the smoke and the videos and all of that stuff, and it just kind of has a really good environment to it. But I would also say with that, I love wrestling in the Uniontown Mall for Rise Wrestling. Our most recent show was the Fair Show, so that was in the EQT Arena. That was a deviation for us, but typically we're in the Uniontown Mall. We got our own little space, and we had 412 people at the Rise Rumble watching me turn my back on Tad Jarvis. What a feeling that was. That dude with the kendo stick. Does he ever learn? He does not. No.
Yikes. I'm sure this is going to be an interesting arena at the Tequila Cantina over there.
Hey, man, I am all for it. I've wrestled in bars before. I'll wrestle in bars again. It is a blast because you got the people right there up on you, and you can do a ton of interaction. And, yeah, it's pretty sweet. So that one's going to be a fun one. That's a Sunday. If you're not in that area, come catch me at
Sunday night.
Sunday, I think that one's during the day. Yeah, I think Bell's 1 for that one, actually. So that's pretty cool.
Let me get rid of the banner over there, and it'll tell me. Oh, it doesn't say on the flyer.
Okay, well, I guessed. I think it's during the day. Show up at some point. I might be there.
Show them at some point. Or actually, they can go to, I guess, their Facebook and figure out the
Yes,
information.
Intense Wrestling Alliance on Facebook, people. Check it out.
Wrestling Alliance. I gotta make a show like that, man. I gotta go there one day. Sounds really like, intense.
Yeah, sounds pretty intense.
Intense. All right, Jason. Thank you for being on the podcast tonight.
Absolutely, Papa.
Appreciate you.
Thank you for having me. I love talking about fried chicken, mac and cheese, wrestling, and everything in between.
I talked to Jocko when I had Jocko on. We talked about cheeseburgers. And he's like, yo, this is great. I got to talk about cheeseburgers.
There is this place right by where I train. It is a get-go gas station that for some reason has these cheeseburgers that are freaking incredible.
Killer. You got to tell him where it is because he's a big cheeseburger guy.
Jacko, if you're willing to drive to Uniontown, Pennsylvania, to this get-go gas station, dude, they got some pretty sweet burgers. For some reason, they're like in the heater thing, and they're wrapped in tinfoil, and they just taste like your uncle would make at a barbecue. I don't know how else to describe it. Like it's that right off the grill taste, and it is at a get-go. Go freaking figure.
How about we get you guys booked at a show down there, and you guys go together?
I work shows there all the time. Jocko, come out, man. Let's make that match happen.
Come out. Or bring them one whenever we meet at Chosen, at a future Chosen show.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You may or may not see me in Chosen.
Oh, here's a question for you. Sheets or Wawa? Indie Road question.
Okay.
I've been to Wawa, not Sheets, though.
Here's the thing, man. I'm from New Jersey. I'm an adopted Yinzer, right? I live in Pittsburgh now. What a hard question. And here's what I've deduced after years of being all over on this debate. Sheets, you go to, you get your greasy food. You get your mac and cheese bites. You get your mozzarella sticks. You get your whatnot. On the other hand, Wawa, you get like a nice sub. You know what I mean? You're getting like a better sub. So and this is a kind of almost avoiding the question. I don't mean it to be. I almost categorize them in different ways because I feel as if, yes, they're both convenience gas stations. They're both that, but they bring such different things to the table that I feel I could crave Sheets or I could crave Wawa at different times, not one over the other. Like I could definitively tell you that, yes, I do like KFC, but Popeyes is better.
Okay.
Sheets and Wawa aren't
same concept.
As much in the same ballpark as I feel like people make them out to be. And that might be a hot take, but that's my take, and we're going to live with it.
Okay, all right. Jason, this Sunday, you can catch Jason at IWA, Intense Wrestling Alliance, August 13th, this Sunday. Make sure you go to Intense Wrestling Alliance to get your tickets for this event. $30 in advance, $35 at the door in Elizabeth, New Jersey. And then you will be at the Rock and Rumble, the Rock for Life, where they're going to have music and wrestling.
The whole
How great
shebang,
is that?
people.
How great is that?
Oh, the two best things you got, and food and alcohol. So you really have the big four right there. Big four.
You have tequila on one and beer at the other, right?
I will be at a ton of stuff, ton of stuff in between. Right?
Name them.
So I believe we got Rise Wrestling September 9th. Let's pull up. Oh, we already got it open. So we got Rise. We got BCW in Wheeling, West Virginia. Erie All-Star in Erie, Pennsylvania. We got OVW, Louisville, Kentucky. We got again in Erie, Pennsylvania. We got RWA in West Newton, Pennsylvania. We got a ton of stuff. Rocket City in Alabama. People, if you want to catch me, if you want to check me out, I promise you I will be wrestling near you soon. I don't know where you live, but it doesn't matter because the poster boy is everywhere. Follow me on my social media. That is a place where you keep up with my busy schedule, and I'll find you.
All right. What about some merch? Where can we find some Jason Hendrix merch?
You can find Jason Hendrix merch. I have a link tree. It's in my Instagram bio, and it might be on my Facebook too. But it's in my Instagram bio at Jason Hendrix Pro on Instagram. And you can find my official Big Cartel on there. I have my oldest shirt on there right now, and I need to get my Mustache Mojo shirt uploaded. It is badass, people. It is the most badass shirt. It has a mustache on it. Look at this thing. Glory
Beautiful.
in its finest. Buy that thing.
All right. As for myself, I will be at Victory Pro Wrestling this Saturday for the Gold Rush Rumble. There'll be 20 wrestlers and one winner, and so many debuts. I can't even talk about them all. There's so many debuts. But I will mention Mother Endless will be there, making her first Long Island appearance. And then, of course, Jack Tomlinson versus Eric James for that Victory Pro Wrestling Championship in a tables match. It's definitely not going to want to be missed. And then, of course, the one and only Leo Sparrow, everybody's favorite vegan, the King of Kale, versus Brother Greatness, hallelujah, my pal, Brother Greatness, fighting for that New York State Championship this Saturday. Make sure you go to victoryprowrestling.com to get your tickets for that event. And maybe I can get Bobby to follow me on Twitter, which is now known as X. I don't think it's going to have the same ring. We've been going back and forth for like a year now about this, and it's just not the same now. It's lost its luster for me.
My thing, for some reason, Twitter was like never the one that clicked with me, which is so weird because I am ADHD to the wall, man. Like I got diagnosed at like the age of 2 because I was bleeding of it, verbatim from my dad. Mm-hmm. And you would think with the amount of random thoughts that just pop into my head that I would be tweeting more. And for some reason, I'm just not. I'm an Instagram guy. I'm a Facebook guy.
I love Instagram. I'm a big Instagram guy too.
I've been posting a lot of stuff. As I said, at Jason Hendrix Pro, you can see my wrestling on there. You can see my modeling on there. And I got plenty of links to my YouTube channel that I post on my story. So a lot of cool stuff, guys. A lot of cool stuff.
Awesome. Definitely check out Jason's Instagram and Facebook for all that information and his link tree. I also got vlog interaction up. The Maximo Legacy continues, where they crown their first World's Tag Team Champions at Wrestling Is Now. People try to challenge me for my belt, but nobody could step up to the champ. So make sure you check out vlog interaction only on YouTube. And of course, I'm the official ambassador of W Energy, Juralist Energy Blends. Make sure you get your W Energy today and use the code word Papa Dank.
I'll point at it.
Whew, there's a lot of stuff going on, man. I got something else going on. I will be at Titan Championship Wrestling for Blaze of Glory.
Look at that.
They are teaming up with Goddesses of War for a very special event. So you're not going to want to miss Blaze of Glory. And come say hello to me and use that QR code to get your tickets for that event. And it's been quite a night, Jason.
That it has been. Glad to hear that you're busy, Papa Dank. It's a blessing and a curse, isn't it?
It is. It really is. I gotten so busy like last couple of months. It's really taken off now. Alex has one final question. Hey, Jason, do you believe with the lights out, it's less dangerous because you look like Kurt Cobain?
Oh, that one I haven't gotten in a while. I've heard Kurt Cobain before. I love Nirvana. Nirvana was one of my first loves band-wise. So I will take that. I get Kurt Cobain, I get Dolph Ziggler, I get Rick Rude, I get everyone and anyone under the sun, man. It's absolutely nuts. And you know what? I love it because it keeps me entertained.
Including weird wrestling chants at arenas. Up next, I will also have my very special guest, Jason Vaughn, the Fury from MCW, as I am part of their anti-bullying tour. So you're not going to want to miss that at 9 o'clock as well. Jason, thank you for coming on the podcast. It was a pleasure having you on, and definitely you are invited to come back whenever you want.
Absolutely, Papa Dank. It was a pleasure talking shop with you, and I hope that all goes smoothly at 9 p.m. and you guys can cover all the fried chicken in the world.
Hopefully we'll cover fried chicken. Everybody else have a good night. Jason, just hang on for a moment.